Good afternoon, everybody. It's been a very long time since I made a video. Very long time. I've been busy over here in what we call the Midlands. Um, I don't even remember the last time I showed this. But last year, had a vision of what to do with some stuff and found a nursery that had stuff I wanted, and we ran with it. So here's a bed that was developed last year. Planted sweet potatoes in it, the whole thing here. From all the way up there to all the way here to this row was nothing but sweet potatoes. And you got a crop of, I think we got 5 wheelbarrows and 6 4-gallon buckets of sweet potatoes. Plus I probably left a wheelbarrow in the ground that I couldn't get out before it frosted. So this year I think we're gonna do some cabbage and peas up there, and then different kind of beans here. I planted in, and if I've already said this in another video, I'm sorry, I don't even pay attention to my videos that I make. bad YouTube content creator. I've got 3 sea berries. So I got a male and 2 females. I got those from One Green World out in Oregon. I got a hazelnut here that I got from, where'd that one come from? I bet you that came from Stark. Or, yep, that was a Stark one. So I got, let's get 6 spinning in circles. I got that one there. I got another one up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's got catkins, but it kind of fades in to everything in this kind of coloration. And I got another one here. We put in this, let me take a couple steps back, try not to kill myself. We put in this trellis for blackberries. They're thornless. That there is prairie grass that's grown. We got a little patch of that. Up here, we grew some black locust from seed, and we planted them out last year. And what I'm doing is I'm bending them down. Had some leftover weed whacker line that I'm not using, don't have that weed whacker anymore, so I'm just using it tied down. And we're tying a bunch down here, and hopefully I can get them to root once they bend low enough, and I'll trim them up so I have barbed wire here. I'm running out of stuff I don't own, which is weird. So I bought a jujube, planted it. She's green. Got some buffalo berries up here. Also put in some roses. There's a couple roses in here. Everything's kind of dead out because it's late spring, or early spring, late winter. So I got some roses I ordered from the Rose Emporium. They have good prices and beautiful plants. And there's my greenhouse. That one came about. Oh, look, we got some more plants here. Let me go finish off that before I run down some other tangent. I've got in here, I've got a bunch of stuff that needs thrown in the compost pile, but some jostaberry and some old gooseberries up in here. And over here, got one here. Everything looks the same. Got some logs that got tossed over the fence for mushrooms. I got this walnut here. Got the top nipped off. That's my compost pile for mushroom compost. Got a friend that's making mushrooms, growing mushrooms in bags, so I get all his spent bag waste. Got that composting. So there's one of the, yep, that's a rose there. We're going to use those because they're all the heavily scented ones, so we'll use those for either the cosmetic products, not cosmetic, the balms and oils my wife makes, or for medicine. So we got the sea berries here. I got these 2 grape arbors. I got 2 grapes that are growing there. This area here I did gourds on, and there were some beans. We're shifting all those trellises over to there. And then here in this patch, I'll have my corn. I've got the spotted horse corn, and then I'm going to try crossing it with some self-feeding corn that I got from, I think I got it from Experimental Farm Network. But I got the spotted horse corn from Jason Avers over at Green Country Agroforestry. And then I got a bunch of other stuff up in there, but that's the main thing. We're going to move that over. That arbor there is where the kiwis are. We have male and female growing there. I've got a Szechuan and a is it John Show or Sean Show pepper trees coming. We're going to put those along the fence somewhere here. And then I've got a couple of 3 raspberries that I had to order to get some free shipping. You know how that is. You want one thing and you're like, oh, I need that free shipping. I can always use more plants. So we're going to plant some raspberries in along that walkway there somewhere. Haven't quite figured out where. There's always more room for one more than a dog, as they used to say. So this is what's going on. There's my huge mess, my storage area. And yeah, a bunch of leaves back there. I bought a mulcher, a chipper and shredder last year. So I'm going to turn all that into mulch. And I didn't get to it last winter. I ended up having a surgery, so my push was on a lot of things, but I was unable to get to that, so I got the leaves and just need to get them shredded out. So the greenhouse. The greenhouse came about because I was working on a project where we're remodeling a bunch of public housing, and they have windows. You can see one of the windows, doors, and they have sliders. That one obviously has a leak in it because it's got moisture in it, so we'll live with it for now. But these sliders I got had the idea of all these windows we were pulling out. I got excited at first, so I grabbed all these windows, and then I realized, wait a minute, I just need the sliders, the fixed panes, the fixed sliders, not the slider. The ones that are slider, they get so old, their gaffs definitely busts. This one, yep, it's that one there. You can see right there, that gasket is slipped. I noticed it after I had siliconed it and set it in. So what I'll end up doing is probably not buying. I'll salvage a couple more. I'll probably end up salvaging at least 5, if not 10 more of these doors, just so I can have some in case something happens or if I want to build another one. So that came from that. I wish I should have done a video when I had it sheathed up. We had these huge pallets for siding. They're 14 or 13 and a half feet long, and they were 1 by 12 and 8 and 6, and they were going to throw them away. So I started hauling them home. I was going to stack them together and build the walls. Well, that's heavy. So what I did was I took off the 1 by and used them just as diagonal sheathing over the roof and the back walls and side walls. So right this morning when I came in at 10, it was 120 degrees in here according to that thermometer. I've had the windows open all day and we're at 70. My goal, my ultimate goal for this winter is to take these water tanks, which I got, they're old electric water heaters. I got them from this job, salvaged them. Those are going to be back here on this back wall where all this stuff is stacked. Those will be filled with water, and those will be my thermal heat, my thermal bank for radiant heat. And I want to grow ginger, turmeric, and lemongrass. I have a tiny little like 12 by 12 by 24 stove or 12 by 18 by 24 little wood stove that I thought about hooking up to one of the tanks. I had this whole idea about doing it. Still might happen, but at this time we're just looking at going with what we got. See how good it does with just thermal heat, with how warm it gets in here, and we'll go with that. If it gets cold, like we had these deep colds last winter, hell, just a couple weeks ago, we have to keep it above 65. So if I put my plants above the thermal water tanks, then hopefully that'll keep that temperature. It's up off the ground, so it'll be warmer anyway, and hopefully that will keep and maintain above 65 so I can grow those high value, high dollar organic medicinal plants. Up here, all the shelving I got is salvaged from these houses. A good portion of this wood was salvaged from this project. Lots of everything I could salvage, I did. So that's going to be growing space, and then I'll have one. Step back here. I'll have one bench in the middle, and then the water tanks back there, so I'll be able to walk around. Might even have some hanging plants. I don't know. I've got some ideas on how to use shade cloth, but trying to get it on a roller so it rolls and holds up and down. So I'd have to have two rollers, one at the top, one at the bottom. Kind of had an idea using tire or bicycle sprockets and some chain link fence top rail, and have some kind of system set up where they roll on the chain so I can roll them up and roll them down. Maybe on the outside. That'd keep the heat down, because once the heat gets in, I got to move it out. I did get a solar fan with a thermostat to put in there to draw that heat out, to try to keep it at a manageable temperature. So that pallet there, once I'm done digging in this retaining wall, which is all made out of the salvaged concrete from where that trailer sat over here, that pallet is going to move up to there, I believe, and we're going to build a Johnson Sioux bioreactor on it, and then I'm going to put an air pruning bed in here somewhere, two for trees. I might build one for plants. Not quite for sure. Depends on how much energy I got tomorrow. So we've just been moving stuff around, getting ready. It is time to plant. We went from cold to time to go in quick, fast, and a hurry. So we're behind, even though we weren't. Now we are. So that's the news from over here at the Midlands. I hope everybody's doing well. Get out there, buy your trees. I've been buying from Gurney's and Starks. Pretty much. One Green World's a good one. I've been getting my seeds from Experimental Farm Network, Sista Seeds, True Love Seeds, Native Seed Research Company, Snake River Seeds, Buffalo Seed Company out of Kansas. They have a bunch of seeds from some friends of mine down in southern Missouri. Good Ozark stock, heirloom. They've been growing them season after season after season. Same thing. Tend to stay away from Baker Creek. I know people love them. Once in a while I break down, I'll buy something because they got something that I just want. But I don't necessarily think they're the best thing. I think they're getting to be kind of like the Walmart. A lot of their seeds they don't grow here. Those small companies like True Love Seeds, an Experimental Seed Company, and Great Lakes Staples, they grow their seeds, or they have people that are small farmers growing seed for them. They're not growing them from down in South America or Vietnam or Thailand or Mexico. Native Seed Search has some from Mexico, but it's not the same. They're very specific. They're very unique. I think it's important that we support small farmers, small seed growers, small seed companies. Not necessarily, I'm a hypocrite because I buy from Gurney's and Starks. Those are trees, and at some point I hope to grow them. But I can't necessarily find the exact things I want. Otherwise I would. But now I've got the plant, and I can grow them, and I can get them out there. So you kind of gotta, I guess, the lesser of two evils, right? You use evil to do good. I think it's still evil. But I hope everybody is doing well, like I said. I hope the winter treated y'all well. Get out there and get growing. Because times are going to be hard, and the only people that are going to make it are people who touch the land and know the land. The rest of the people are going to suffer. So be the light, do good deeds, grow all the seeds. Much love here from Central Illinois. Bye, y'all.